Hey, happy Tuesday. Today's book review day. It is Blake J. Harris's Console Wars. And you can see it even has a foreword by Seth Rogen and his writing partner, Evan Goldberg. Um, Super cool book. It's thick, but there's so much good stuff in here. If you've ever played video games when you were a kid, or currently, I guess, and you knew anything about the Nintendo system or the Sega, uh, especially the Sega Genesis, this book is awesome. It's a gold mine. I don't quite know how Blake J. Harris got privy to all of the conversations because there are like long dialogues in here. So I don't know if the meetings that he talks about are transcribed someplace or if they're video recorded or broadcast in some way. Um, but in short, this book kind of looks at like the juggernaut that was Nintendo and then how Sega came along and interrupted and quickly took over, and then the decline of Sega and the rise of Sony. Um, Sony doesn't come in really until the end or towards the end of the book and the story, but primarily it's focused on Sega. And some of the reviews say that he's maybe unfairly biased towards Sega, and criticizes a lot of the techniques and kind of strategies that Nintendo uses. And I don't know, it's hard to say. I was oddly really not a kid with either of the platforms. I played the Nintendo when I went over to friends. One of my other good friends had a Sega Genesis. I enjoyed that just fine. My household really didn't have a system. When I was a kid, we had ColecoVision, and I don't know, I guess it went away, and I never really got another one. I had computers, so I was more a PC gamer. And I played the like Forgotten Realms games and um, Wasteland and some of those like RPG kind of based games through the computer. Obviously, the King's Quest and those kind of things also. That was my jam, and so I enjoyed the games that are described in here and the platforms. And there are so many things sprinkled throughout this that are just unavoidable, even if you didn't play those things. Like the Sega in the commercials. He talks about where that comes from, and the guy who did the voiceover recording, and they made him say Sega repeatedly in different tones and inflections for like an hour, I think it was. I can't remember. But it really was a joy to read. And, even though it's, well, almost, let's see, under 600 pages, but over 550, we'll say, because I can't find the exact last page. It goes by very quickly, and you can pick it up and put it down. There's definitely a narrative thread through it that really makes it engrossing, and you get to know the characters that are at play, and they are primarily, the heads of Nintendo America and Sega America, and their marketing plans and all of the different things they have to do to try to get their products out there and compete with one another, including with dealing with retailers and convincing them to allow returns or not to allow returns, or only stock their product exclusively and not somebody else's. And um, I don't know. I liked it a lot, and in fact, I'm going to have my 14-year-old son read it because he's a gamer. He loves the video games, and we have a Switch in the house, and a Nintendo, or the Oculus, and the Wii, I guess. So we are a kind of Nintendo house, I guess. I didn't really think about it, but it'll be interesting to see what he thinks. And he's read nonfiction before, but not quite narrative, creative kind of nonfiction like this. So anyhow, I'll let you know what he says, but I'd love to hear what you think. So give Console Wars a read and leave your comments below. Have a great day. Bye.